I meet a lot of people who think that coaching has to be complicated to be efficient. I disagree with that. I think that the most simple questions and exercises offered at the perfect time have the best results. And I'm going to share today a few of those exercises that help me every single time to rephrase my thoughts, to become more empowered, to be more creative and less reactive. And you're going to fall in love with coaching as I did. I'm Anne-Claire Méret. I'm a coach. I teach coaching. I also have online programs about coaching. I'm also a writer. And I've achieved great things in my life, including becoming a millionaire, having a beautiful, successful business where I respect my energy, where I do everything from the heart with people I love, for people I love. And I feel that I fully embody what I preach, and I think it's just magnificent. And this is all because of coaching skills. But what I'm most proud of is probably my personal life and my love life and my ability to take a step back now and to just realize that now another way to be, and that I get to choose what I create in this life, what I bring to a relationship, and I get to envision the most beautiful outcome possible and share it with my partners and make things happen together. So co-creating together. In order to be able to do that, I had to understand that I could take a step back, breathe, and invite some exercises. I did it first with coaches, and now I do it solo because, I'm so used to it now, and it's so helpful. So the first one that I want to share with you, it's been given to me by a coach that I had, a wonderful coach. And he told me, Anne-Claire, if you want to take a step back, you have to understand that if you create a narration in your head, just simply by adding at the beginning of your sentences, everything you tell yourself, you add, the story I tell myself is that, then you will be able to be a better observer of your inner world and you will be able to respond differently. So I started to do that. Let's take an example. Let's say my neighbors do something like really loud. I moved into a new house like a few months ago, and that happens that there is a lot of noise. And if I respond inside thinking they are doing this on purpose as I am teaching or as I am recording or whatever is happening, then I see that there is no other thing possible. But if I rephrase and if I think the story I tell myself is that my neighbor is doing then I realize this is just a story and I can think differently and something else is possible. It is simple yet so powerful because I become more open to the possibility of other answers, of other reasons why people are making noise. Maybe they didn't have a choice. Maybe the workers could only come at that time. Maybe they don't realize how much I can hear from my home. Maybe they forgot what I told them about the schedule. Different things, So by rephrasing the story I tell myself, this is so helpful. Also, being able to speak to others about the stories you tell yourself is so powerful. Let's say your partner did something or didn't do something, and you come to them and you accuse them about that specific thing that happened or didn't happen. If you go straight into the topic and you say, you didn't do that, and that means, then they're going to feel judged and they're going to feel accused. Accused might not work in English, but that's okay, you understand me. J'accuse. But then if you tell them, well, the story I tell myself when this happened is that, then it helps create a connection. It helps the people understand your inner world. And then they will be more curious about what else you tell yourself because they tell themselves a different story. And this is just so beautiful to be able to meet in the middle and to not be judging each other and just being softening together and being able to meet and understand each other. So that's the first one. Let's go into the second one. The second one is from this beautiful woman named Byron Katie, and she wrote a book and many books, but one of them I loved was Loving What Is. And this wonderful woman, she was enlightened years ago. She was very depressed, and then she suddenly met enlightenment. And when she came back, she realized that there are ways to free ourselves from suffering, and suffering from our thoughts. So she's got a process that she called the work, and it's really an art of love, and this is a way of living. And the more you use those questions from her process, the more you're going to find freedom, freedom of being, freedom of thinking, freedom of creating the most beautiful life that you want to create. So basically, the questions are like this. Is it true? Is it absolutely true? How do you feel when you believe this is true? And who would you be without this thought? So I'm just using my own words. I'm not sure this is the way she phrases them exactly, but that's the process. So let's take an example. The example is, my brother doesn't listen to me. Is it true? Yeah, that's true. That's true. He doesn't listen to me. And because every time I say something, he forgets, or whatever reason it is. And then, is it absolutely true, 100%? Well, no, that's not true. Sometimes he listens. So that's not absolutely true. How do I feel when I believe that it's true? Well, I feel upset. I feel disconnected from him. I feel angry. I feel like I want to defend myself, that I want to push something to happen, that I want to make him see the truth. I lose a lot of energy. I feel drained. I feel misunderstood, not supported. So many different things. And who would I be without this thought? Well, I'll just be able to enjoy our relationship. I would just be able to show up for what he has to share with me, and not only defending myself, or not only coming with more needs, or I'll just be more open and relaxed and enjoying the moment and making the most of the time that we have together every time we meet or every time we talk. Something opens up. Do you see the process? How beautiful it is? And you can do that with everything. And I would say that today, this is one of my main concerns, like in my life. It is being able to rephrase my thoughts, to take a step back and to create more freedom, freedom of being, freedom of just being the creator that I was born to be on earth. And this has been so helpful. So when I discovered it, was the second exercise. It was years ago, maybe 8 or 7 years ago, and I was living in Paris, and I would go to these reunions, those workshops with strangers, and we would just do the work all together with a bunch of strangers, and we would play with the questions. And then there is a second part to the exercise, which is the turnarounds. So the idea is to turn around the original thought so that you can find ways that, oh, there are other truths that actually are coexisting together. For example, my brother doesn't listen to me. If we turn the phrase around, it could be, I don't listen to my brother. And sometimes it's true too. Or I don't listen to myself enough. You see what I mean? So there are other truths that coexist. And when you acknowledge that, you can see that there are ways that you can actually improve the situations that depends on you. If I listen to myself better, then it's okay if someone doesn't listen to me to the best. I mean, they're always doing their best, but I don't get to be pissed off because I feel seen and understood by myself. So it's easier to coexist with others with their own challenges. You see what I mean? And there are so many things like that in life. So yeah, the turnarounds are not always easy to play with when you're alone. So it's great to have a therapist, a coach, a group of people who can help you turn things around. Or you can just ask a friend. Maybe you can even ask ChatGPT right now. I've never tried, but that would be a fun thing to do, to ask ChatGPT to use the work and do the turnarounds with you. I'm going to put some resources below this video for you to explore. And I hope it will give you, ideas for you to work on that, because you're going to gain so much freedom and your life is going to be so much more fun when you feel that you have the creativity to rephrase your inner world and make better decisions and then step into action according to that. I wish you the best. I believe in you. I think anything is possible, and I did it, and you can do it too. Enjoy.